good evening. You're watching the Newshour at 10, The Agenda, and I'm Swati Joshi. The UPA government, did it try to create hindrances in the path of Gujarat's development? That is a sensational charge leveled by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is on a two-day visit to the state. Highlighting how negative agenda had hampered the development of the state, Prime Minister used Vibrant Gujrat Global Summit as an example, referring to times when the summit was in nascent stage. The Prime Minister said that the central government back then did not extend any cooperation and were busy creating roadblocks instead. The central ministers refused to attend the event and foreign investors were threatened to not invest in Gujarat.
आज दुनिया वाइब्रेंट गुजरात की सफलता देख रही है, लेकिन वाइब्रेंट गुजरात का आयोजन ऐसे माहौल में किया गया जब तब की केंद्र सरकार भी गुजरात के विकास को लेकर बेरुखी दिखाती थी। उस समय केंद्र सरकार चलाने वाले गुजरात के विकास को भी राजनीति से जोड़कर देखते थे। केंद्र सरकार के मंत्री तब वाइब्रेंट गुजरात समिट में आने से मना कर दिया करते थे। व्यक्तिगत रूप से तो मुझे बताते थे कि नहीं हम जरूर आएंगे, पता नहीं पीछे से डंडा चलता था, वो ना कर देते थे। सहयोग तो दूर की बात, वो रोड़े अटकाने में लगे रहते थे। विदेशी इन्वेस्टर्स को धमकाया जाता था कि गुजरात मत जाओ। इतना डराने के बाद भी विदेशी इन्वेस्टर्स गुजरात आए।
Now, facing the charge, the Grand Old Party in fact has challenged the Prime Minister to come up with evidence to support his allegations.
मैं जब यहाँ था तो वाइब्रेंट गुजरात में रोड़े डाले जाते थे। कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट आता है तो उसे रोका जाता था। मैं चैलेंज करता हूँ कि प्रधानमंत्री जी, अब तो आप ही आका हो देश के। अगर ऐसा है तो कौन कांग्रेसी नेता था, किस कंपनी को रोका धमकाया?
मेरा तो प्रधानमंत्री जी से अनुरोध है कि और भी कई राज्यों में आपकी सरकारें रही, आप वाइब्रेंट मध्य प्रदेश क्यों नहीं बना पाए?
मैं तो यही चाहूंगा कि मोदी जी, आप व्हाट्सएप यूनिवर्सिटी का प्रोफेसर मत बनिए और गुजरात की इतिहास, गुजरात की सच्चाई को धूमिल करने की कोशिश आप मत करिए।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Well, as per the allegation, the question is, did the UPA government back then conspire to malign the image of Gujarat and create roadblocks and hurdles because Gujarat was prospering? Let's open this up and go across to our guests. We're joined by Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan, national spokesperson of the BJP. We have Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, and Advocate Kapil Madan, political analyst. Good evening to all of you. Mr. Madan, I want to begin with you first, and I'm sure you've heard of the sensational allegations leveled by the Prime Minister. He says, there was an attempt by the then government, the UPA government at power, to malign the image of Gujarat, so much so that they were threatening investors to not invest, to not participate in Vibrant Gujarat.
So I have no hesitation in saying what Mr. Prime Minister,
has said does not have any credible basis. And if you would look at these facts about the Vibrant Gujarat Summit, it would rather expose the Prime Minister and the BJP government itself. And let me tell you, viewers, that the first Vibrant Gujarat meeting was held on 28th of September 2003, and NDA government was in power at that point. So if Mr. Modi's allegation is that there were some forces, there were some powers which were against or working against the interest of Gujarat or the welfare or the schemes which Mr. Modi wanted to bring in for Gujarat. So he is, I think, exposing, the BJP government itself. Now, also, Mr. Modi wants to talk about, Gujarat model. Then, if you want to talk about Gujarat model, then should we not be talking about the Morbi bridge collapse? Is it not a Gujarat model that, we should be talking about? Do we see an accountability of who has taken responsibility for that bridge collapse? How many people have died from illicit liquor which is being sold in Gujarat? There is a mafia that is, selling illegal in Gujarat. Would you not be talking about that kind of model? Also, if you look at the Niti Aayog's report, there are about 11.66% of Gujaratis that they live below poverty line, which is below national level.
Okay.
So what is Gujarat model, Mr. Modi?
Okay, what is Gujarat model, Mr. Paswan? Also, you know, Shakti Singh Goyal says big industrialists came under the Congress rule. So what are you talking about?
No, I find these observations really laughable, Swati, and I think the people of Gujarat are the best judge. For the last 28 years, more than 2.5 decades, the people of Gujarat have given their blessings, their Jan Ashirwad to the Bharatiya Janata Party leadership. I want to remind my friend from the Congress party, when the UPA leader, the convener, Sonia Gandhi ji calls our Honorable Prime Minister Maut ka Saudagar, is it not an insult to Gujarat? When Mr. Rahul Gandhi is making a preposterous statement about the people of Gujarat, is it not an insult to Gujarat? We are all aware that Vibrant Gujrat Summit is a perfect example of how an idea can transform into an institution.
Okay.
Come to year 2005.
Mr. Paswan, you're talking about political statements.
31.
Talk about
You're talking about political statements. The Congress party says, you know, show evidence to support your charge that the UPA government back then conspired to malign the image of Gujarat or created roadblocks and hurdles.
Swati, if you will allow me to complete my observations only, then I can say that. And please allow this gentleman not to interfere. Please allow this gentleman not to interfere when someone else is speaking. These all statements shows their hatred towards the people of Gujarat. This is precisely what we are indicating. They have absolutely no stake in the development of Gujarat. When you are constantly, time and again, making such an accusation against the Gujarat government, against the people of Gujarat, then this shows your zero faith. Vibrant Gujarat Summit, on the contrary, has emerged as an institution. In 2007, in the opening ceremony of the Vibrant Gujarat Summit, Ratan Tata, the respected industrialist, said, "You are stupid if you are not in Gujarat." In 2005, out of 31% investment of the total country, it was received in Gujarat. So it shows the level of leadership, the level of commitment of the Honorable Prime Minister. And let the people of Gujarat decide their loyalty to the Congress party or the Bharatiya Janata Party. For the last 28 years, let me say this again, more than 2.5 decades, people of Gujarat have seen the foolishness of the Congress party and their level of hatred against the people of Gujarat.
All right. You know, we are also joined by a spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Ghanshyam Tiwari, and we have Renu Mittal, senior journalist on the broadcast as well. But I want to go across to Dr. Anand Ranganathan, because in 2011, and you know, probably is based on the sequence of events that the Prime Minister today is levelling these allegations. In 2011, the IT notice to the state government over the MOUs that were signed during the Vibrant Gujarat Summit were seen as an attempt to derail the investment in the summit.
Good evening, Swati, to you and to my fellow panelists. Well, this is old news. I mean, are you saying this is the Prime Minister is saying something that all of us didn't know? I mean, this is a headline from 2014, for heaven's sake. This is Ms. Sitaraman when she wasn't even the finance minister. UPA prevented Narendra Modi's Gujarat government from doing better. It's a fact. She gives 7 instances. I can give you 7 more. The fact of the matter is that the UPA then wanted Narendra Modi jailed forever, permanently. They conspired to have him have his American visa denied. Do you think they would have wanted investment under Modi? Look, I have said this before and I repeat. Hatred for Modi transmogrified into hatred for India and hatred for its success. That includes Gujarat. I fail to understand why Modi cannot be credited with starting something that has truly transformed Gujarat. I want to take a couple of minutes because this is very important. I want to tell about 7 facts. What he started, Swati, as a small project has blossomed into a full-fledged revolution in 20 years, with more than 20 states now replicating such investor summits, like, for example, Bengal, that ran a successful investor summit last year with full support from the center. And congratulations to Didi, by the way, for attracting more than 3 lakh crores of investment. It is congratulations to her. And success to Bengal, that brings success to India. Now back to Vibrant Gujarat. You know, it is now participated in by 140 countries, more than 40,000 participants. It has led to a cumulative investment of more than 50 lakh crores over the last 2 decades. And you know the end result of this? Just 30 seconds. Let me illustrate it. 20 years of Vibrant Gujarat Summits later, Gujarat is ranked 1 as India's startup hub with more than 14,200 registered startups in Gujarat, 7% of all startups in country. Gujarat is ranked 1 as the best governed state in composite 58 indicator good governance index. Gujarat is ranked 1 in the ease of doing business. 3.5 million MSMEs are running in Gujarat. Gujarat is ranked 1 in energy and climate index. Gujarat is ranked 1 in green energy rooftop solar power generation, having 84% of all installation in India, with the state now having 1.7 million megawatt renewable energy project. Gujarat is ranked 1 in the food safety index. Gujarat is ranked 1 as India's export hub, through which 30% of our total exports are facilitated. Just 20 seconds. Gujarat is ranked 1 in export preparedness index 2021. Gujarat is ranked 1 in bagging most business projects, 14.7% of total projects compared to Maharashtra next with 12%. You may hate Modi. I have no issues with that.
Okay.
But at least don't hate the Gujaratis and their state that is bringing health and prosperity to India and the world.
Ghanshyam Tiwari, hate for Modi translated into hate for Gujarat?
Good evening, Swati, to you, my fellow co-panelists and the viewers. I think I congratulate the Prime Minister for his success with the Vibrant Gujrat Summit. It's been 20 years. But when you look at a state is not one-dimensional entity. This is also 20 years or more than that of the injustice done to Bilkis Bano that BJP celebrates. It's also 20 years of the Babu Bajrangi model that Bharatiya Janata Party celebrates. It's also 20 years of a model of governance where Election Commission was called out because of his religion. It's also 20 years of falsehood that has been created under Gujarat model that fooled the entire nation into believing possible, that doubling of farm income is possible, that sabka saath, sabka vikas is possible. So Gujarat model is not just the success of Vibrant Gujarat. This is also the success of a threatened India that BJP has created, where minorities remain threatened, where people are fooled by propaganda, where BJP still does not believe that unemployment is a real tragedy in India, especially for the youth, and where BJP celebrates 21 years later the rapists of Bilkis Bano. They recreate that model in the success of Braj Bhushan's thing.
Okay, quick counter.
And by the way,
Dr.
my final
Ranganathan.
point is my final point, which Ranganathan comes in, is that is Manipur still part of the Akhand Bharat? It is a shame
apart
that
from,
Manipur
apart
is
from
burning
Vibrant Gujarat, you've spoken
and
about
the Prime
everything
Minister,
else.
and the Prime Minister does
All
not
right.
visit Manipur. What a shame.
Dr. Ranganathan.
What are you celebrating as Prime Minister? When a state is burning, you haven't had chance to visit that state.
Okay, now allow him to counter.
It is shameful. that-
Allow him to counter.
Yes, thank you, Swati. Look, it is not for me to stop my good friend Ghanshyam from rattling out, instances that are not related to the investor summit or this topic at all. You were talking about business investor summit, and the only correct statement that he made was the first statement, where he said, I congratulate Narendra Modi for the success. When he's talking of unemployment, why is he omitting the fact that Rajasthan has 27.5% unemployment? When he's talking about the Gujarat failed model, I rattled out 9 data points, and they are absolutely authentic. Gujarat is ranked 1 across 7 sectors. Can he refute even one of those, including the export hub, startups, anything? I challenge him. The fact of the matter is, if you bring out selectivity, talk about grisly incidents that shame every Indian,
All right.
they happen in every state. How is that connected to investor summit? Please tell me, Ghanshyam.
Okay, all of those incidences that you talk about, Ghanshyam Tiwari, have happened in other states as well. Before you come up with a counter, I want to introduce Ms. Mittal as well. Ms. Mittal, now let's talk about this data that was released by the Centre back in 2012 under Centre's flagship JNNURM scheme, which highlighted that out of 72 sanctioned projects, 40 were completed by May in Gujarat. Now, this data talks about how Gujarat tops in taking up urban development projects. So, in 2012, the Centre actually takes note of the development there, and then they question the Gujarat model. How are you looking at this political fight today?
You see, this has happened long back. For the Prime Minister to rake up these issues, according to him, Gujarat has moved on. It's vibrant Gujarat. It's full of investment. It's full of people coming in and pouring money into Gujarat. The whole state is prosperous. Everything is hunky-dory. So why rake up these issues now? You're the Prime Minister now. You should be focusing on whether you are doing justice to the various states. which are now asking for financial help. Mamata Banerjee has sent the Prime Minister 10 lakh signatures. She is going to come in the beginning of October and sit on dharna because the centre is not providing funds. You see, the Prime Minister has to be a wise man who has to be fair to everybody. You have a bee in your bonnet about West Bengal. You don't want to give investment there. You don't want to give financial aid.
Okay.
This is the story of so many opposition ruled states which are crying for funds. Now the point is, the Prime Minister has done well in Gujarat. Okay, let's assume he's built a beautiful state. He has been there. Forget the riots, forget the killings, forget the Hindu Muslims, forget the entire communalization that has taken place in the state. Let's forget all that. People are businessmen in Gujarat. Basically, it's a state of businessmen whose mind is that of a businessman. So according to him, he's done very well in Gujarat. So what is he crying for now?
Okay, you're saying
Why
don't break up the past. Don't break up the past. But what really is the problem? You know, he's talking about roadblocks today when he looks back and talks about the achievement.
Why rake up so much of the past?
Why rake up the past, Mr. Paswan? Guru Prakash Paswan. Also, Ms. Mittal is saying today the allegations that are being levelled by Prime Minister Narendra Modi against the then centre government is something that the states are levelling against the current establishment, against your government.
No, Swati, this is clearly beyond my comprehension for a party that unleashed violence on the streets of Bengal in the name of Khela Obe, and that party is accusing the Gujarat government of violence in the state. This is clearly beyond my comprehension. Madam, you have some clarity. You have to make this explanation. On the other hand, Gujarat, you see the track record of Gujarat. I think the 7 data points on infrastructure, connectivity, investment, you have to go through it.
There is nothing
I was just
to
going through an article by Mr. P.K. Lahiri, who used to be the chief secretary. I did not speak when he was speaking, ma'am. I did not speak when you were speaking, ma'am. I am not here for a mudslinging contest with you. I know you are from TMC, you will win in that. So please have some patience. I know you are from TMC and we are aware of your sanskar. So please have the grace and the patience to listen to other party as well. Have the grace and the patience to listen to other political party as well. We live in a democracy, we don't live in West Bengal. We live in a democracy, we don't live in West Bengal. We live in a democracy, we don't live in West Bengal. Please have the grace and patience to listen to other people as well.
Is not part of India.
Please go through, please do some reading, please do some research. Former IAS officer, ex-chief secretary of Gujarat has said that the Vibrant Gujarat Summit helped stability to state. The GDP, the revenue. Look at the status of your state. What is West Bengal doing? What is the status of West Bengal, madam? The entire country is saying. There used to be a saying that what Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. Look at what you have done to the people of West Bengal. Look at what you have reduced the people of West Bengal. As a street of mob violence, there is no democracy, and the dictatorship of West Bengal, you have to make some clarity.
They have a right to reject
Stop making this baseless accusations, ma'am. Stop making this baseless accusations. We are all aware.
Ms. Mittal, allow him to finish
the
his point.
violence that you unleashed.
Ms. Mittal, when you were speaking, he did not interrupt. Allow him to finish his point.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Oh no, this is the sanskar of Trinamool Congress. You cannot help it, Swati. This is the true sanskar of the Trinamool Congress, and she must hear about it. We live in a democracy, ma'am. Please have the grace and patience to listen to other people as well. You should learn from Gujarat. You should learn from Gujarat. And I am happy that you have learned from Gujarat that you are now inviting investors like Mr. Adani to West Bengal.
Okay, Mr. Paswan, please also respond to the allegations levelled by the Congress party, which says we never discriminated against Gujarat. We never discriminated against Gujarat. So what is Mr. Modi talking about? And are there proofs to back up those allegations that are being levelled? Quickly, and then I will go across to Mr. Madan for a counter.
No, I think the TMC spokesperson has a lot of answers here. Gujarat today is the leading state, and the TMC, the government of West Bengal, should learn from Gujarat. Whatever, but I think she's representing the Trinamool Congress. She is representing clearly the Trinamool Congress here, because this is her true ideology. The way she is speaking and defending on behalf of Ms. Mamata Banerjee, this shows she is representing the Trinamool Congress. That's the level of clarity.
That's what she's.
Okay, I want to bring in Mr. Madan before we wrap up. Mr. Madan, the allegation is that central agencies were used, the government back then created roadblocks and hurdles, and just, in this hate for Modi, the then UPA government did not cooperate with Narendra Modi because they were not happy with the way Gujarat was growing.
Well, Swati, if you look at, the past, historically, if you look at the statement made by the PM, PM has made, completely baseless statements in the past against the earlier Prime Minister, Mr. Manmohan Singh, when he alleged there was some conspiracy with Pakistan. So, Mr. Modi, no one, takes him seriously. And just, want to remind Mr. Paswan, he said that in Gujarat, they are in, people are blessing them for the past 28 years. From the more than past 25 years, the people of Delhi are rejecting you. So, you please don't, argue that, you are winning elections, so therefore, you are growing. Mr. Paswan also made an attempt where he, tried to make it personal with, when he said comments were made against the Prime Minister Modi by the opposition. He did the same thing. The Prime Minister himself did the same thing when he was campaigning in Karnataka, but he did not get the blessing and he was miserable.
All right. Dr. Ranganathan, I have to wrap up now, and a last word to you, last 2 minutes to you, Dr. Ranganathan. Is this, today about a political fight in terms of who is in power and who is in opposition, about whether one is cooperating with the states or not? Or are there credible evidence to substantiate the allegations leveled by the Prime Minister?
Swati, I thought this discussion, rightly so as you began it, was specifically directed towards the investor summit and Vibrant Gujarat. Why has so much politics been injected? And I'm sorry to say, I agree with my good friend Guru when he talks about Miss Mittal. If Miss Mittal is a journalist, then Swati, you are Navika. The only person more biased than her is possibly a Pakistani umpire. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous. The conceit with which she is actually relegated Gujaratis as mere businessmen and saying that, what about 2002 riots? Let us not go how Modi got elected. Modi was reinstated time and again and exonerated by none of the Supreme Court.
How do we forget?
Please do not interrupt.
How do our memories
Ms. Mittal, please allow him to finish his point. Ma'am, you cannot be interrupting everyone. Please, ma'am. I have to wrap up. Let him quickly make his point. I gave you your time, ma'am. Let him make his point. Yes, quickly.
Yes, I mean, if Ms. Mittal is going to say that I do not believe in the Supreme Court SIT report that exonerated Narendra Modi, let her say so publicly. Chup ke kya bolna? The fact of the matter is that Gujarat is now ranked #1 across 8 sectors. Where is Bengal, Ms. Mittal?
All right. Ms. Mittal and gentlemen, I have to wrap up the debate. The Congress party says that the Prime Minister is only spreading lies. There is no evidence and no base to the allegations being leveled. While the Prime Minister says, it was the then UPA government that created roadblocks and hurdles, and to the extent that they asked investors to back out and not participate in the Vibrant Gujarat Summit, which today is a huge success.